Man, I hope the weather holds for those Easter egg hunts.
I mean, it's only Tuesday, which I hate that sound. It's only Tuesday. But,
we got some time to work with.
Things could change a little bit,
Yeah.
but maybe an indoor plan as a backup is not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want that weekend to be
fun
just
and indoor Easter egg.
Well, there's own potential. Things could change. Things could change.
Ben.
Always good to have a backup plan.
I have seen the models change over a couple of days, so maybe things will clear up. We'll see how it goes. Here's a look over downtown. 68 is the current number. We'll drop down around 10 or so into the tomorrow morning timeline. So, yeah, even warmer. We've been seeing the daytime highs and the overnight lows come up. So 70 still holding on in a couple of spots, 60s for everybody else, and the radar shot is quiet. Now, as we zoom out, that is not the case. I mentioned earlier today in severe weather season, if we're not seeing it, somebody else usually is. There's some sort of severe threat somewhere, usually in the eastern half of the country. We're seeing, obviously, this one here, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and then again up into the plains here. Now, here's where the storm outlook is, obviously, for tonight. You can see a level 3 with them, level 3 up behind the banner up here. Watch as we go through the day tomorrow. That is a level 4 all up and down the Mississippi River here. So a rough day probably coming for a lot of folks right in the heart of the country tomorrow. And then it drops down to a 3, a 2, and a 1. So a low-end threat into northwest Georgia late tomorrow night. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because then as it goes into Sunday, we're left with a level 1, but that's the lowest on the scale. And that's mainly for any development we could see along the boundary Thursday afternoon. Let me show you how it plays out. Here's tomorrow. It looks good. You know, a warm day, maybe a few more clouds than what we saw today. This is tomorrow night. Line of storms coming across. As it does so, though, it's going to run into a different atmosphere. The sun's down, all that. So we're looking at midnight tomorrow night, maybe a few sprinkles. This is around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, if even anything is still left. There's Thursday morning, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So that level 1 is just in case with the heat of the day on Thursday when it's in our wheelhouse, if we were to generate a thunderstorm or two that maybe could have some gusty winds, something like that. But again, this is a small chance of this, so we'll keep an eye on it. But then after that, Friday looks like it's going to go dry. It's a brief break right there because then we get back into rain potential Saturday. Could see an off and on shower as we go through Saturday in the afternoon and evening. Again, we'll keep an eye on this as we get closer, see if we can find some windows in there where it's a little drier. Here's Easter Sunday itself. Could have a little rain hanging around. Same thing into Sunday night. And still maybe going in toward Monday of next week, clearing out for Tuesday. So, hey, I've seen it happen before. We get closer in, and all of a sudden you see it shift to just one day, and maybe you can get those egg hunts in on one day as opposed to no days. So we're looking at 50s in the morning, maybe to low 60s, and then 80s tomorrow afternoon. Here's a 7-day. I thought the 80s were great, so we're going to do it again tomorrow. And then that rain chance Thursday. We'll see how it pans out if we see anything. And then again, an off and on shower as we go through Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which just happens to be, of course, Easter weekend. So again, we'll keep a fine-tuned look over the next couple of days, see if the models will show some hope for us there.